He's on the stream.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, folks.
Hi, while Travis passing by. Hello, and welcome to another author chat. And we're here eventually when we figured out we were supposed to be live like 3 minutes ago. Sorry about that.
This is the problem we have. We've got to come up with a solution.
Yeah, we should maybe pay
start,
more
like,
attention.
setting an alarm.
Yeah, something like
attention.
that. A really obnoxious alarm, so that we don't.
Yeah, I think an alarm would work better than paying attention because we seem to not care about that.
Yeah. If anyone hasn't picked up on it, judging by our hats, this is the Christmas edition of the Author Chat, which means we're talking about nothing in particular. We were discussing movies earlier, so we'll just pick up where we left off. We'll try to make it about writing, at least remotely about writing, but we make no promises today because Christmas, people, we're in the Christmas spirit, and I've got lights twinkling all around, so.
My batteries are all dead. Sorry, folks.
I did turn on, you could see my sister's St. Nicholas Village behind me.
Yeah, I can.
Right there.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I actually can.
So I turned those on.
That's
and I guess
cool.
over there too. Yeah, she's got 6 of them.
The funny part about the insane Christmas lights in my room is that I went to visit my father last weekend, and in the evening he turned on his Christmas lights and there was lights everywhere. He has some sort of fairy lights that you install in part of the yard and then they're projected on the house everywhere. So I was like, so this is inherited actually. Good to know. Okay, great. I'm not the only crazy person.
I'm not a lunatic on my own.
Yeah, and the funny part about the fairy lights is that he lives in a small village now, and he got them last year. So those were the first fairy lights people in the village saw. And one of the old ladies passing by was so mesmerized that she actually fell on the ice because she was more more interested in the fairy lights than where she was, stepping. It wasn't anything major. She just had a little fall, but still, I found it super funny.
It's funny as long as the person isn't like, waiting for an ambulance.
Yeah, no. They were fine.
Anyone who falls, if you're not hurt, I'm gonna laugh. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
the way it is.
So, like the 3rd or 4th year I worked at IASB, I went. So there was a McDonald's across the street, and I would. Oh yeah, there's.
Cassie just ran by.
She's just kind of going back and forth. She's not fully awake yet.
It's all fine.
But so I went to McDonald's and got like chicken nuggets or something, but I got a like a high C orange sugar drink. And I was coming back and there was snow, but it wasn't a lot of snow, but it had covered a patch of ice and I fell, but I did one of those, and I know like it was one of those things that I really wish that there had been a camera, because I'm sure it was funny. Like, I'm walking along, I have a sack of nuggets in one hand and this drink in the other, and my feet just went whoop, like, no. And I went down on my back. But as I'm falling, my left hand, like, up. So this fountain of orange soda comes out the straw, and like I'm laying there on the sidewalk and there's this big thing of orange next to me, and I'm laying there and I'm like, oh my goodness, why didn't anybody get that? Because I'm sure it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Hurt myself, like I was wearing enough padding and stuff that I didn't.
See, I don't even need ice. I don't need any of that shit. I just fall.
Me either. I can fall. But the most embarrassing winter fall ever happened when I was like in high school. And I had this big fluffy winter jacket that was white. and kind of longish, like mid-thigh. And I was just stepping out of the school building. I took a different exit that I normally would. And then I slipped on a patch of ice that was pretty much muddied up. It was the only patch of ice with mud in the entire schoolyard. It was dry everywhere else. And I follow that, and I get this huge stain on my white jacket, right under my backpack. It was so freaking embarrassing because, you know, I was 16 or something, and I was like, oh my God, I have to go home all the way. And it was dark, but because my jacket was so white, everyone could see that.
Yeah.
Obviously. But damn, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do the walk of shame. One of the many walks of shame, which is far more shameful. I mean, it's far more shameful to go home dirty after falling on your ass than going home after a one-night stand, which I know very little about, unfortunately.
I agree. That's like way more embarrassing.
Yeah, because everybody knows you're an idiot.
Right?
Well, at least if you were walk of shaming from like a one-night stand, you made that decision.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't like
it decided for you.
And you at least had some fucking fun before, you know, going home. That was just me falling on my ass with no control and no choice whatsoever, and definitely no fun.
Right.
Because then I had this huge bruise that wouldn't go away for like 2 weeks. I bruise easily, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely fun. And another time, it was in the middle of summer, like no ice or nothing. There was just a sort of a bump or like a dip into the sidewalk, and I fell. But I couldn't just fall like a normal person. No, I fell on my knees right as some guy was coming, and I just kneeled in front of him.
You should have just looked up to Adam and gone, Your Highness.
I was too embarrassed to think about that. He was with a group of people, of course, and everybody was laughing, and I was like, oh my God, no. The funniest part, though, is that my dog is just as clumsy as I am. I mean, he trips over his legs all the time. I mean, he trips going down the stairs.
Some people look like their pets. Other people behave like their pets.
I'm definitely that. Because we're both food obsessed and clumsy. And it's fun because I'm clumsy just like my mom is, so he's like the third generation. Hopefully now that I have him, if I have kids at some point, it will skip them. Because I already passed it on to my dog.
I think that's totally legit. That's completely how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
I don't know how the hell I gave Sailor clumsiness, but she's not even my kid. Like, I don't know, but she sure got it. I don't know how that happened. Like, I've given her no
nature
genes.
versus nurture.
Yeah.
Nature versus nurture, man.
Yeah, apparently, because holy shit, she, like, if there's a person who's less graceful than me, it's her. Man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she moves like she rented her body for the week and hasn't learned how to fucking work it.
Well, she's what, 18, 17?
Yeah, almost 18.
How old is she? Almost 18? Yeah. She doesn't know how to work her body yet.
Yeah.
She'll find out eventually.
35, 40. You start to figure it out.
Let's not say 35, because if so, I'm running late.
Me too.
You're
so
late
we're
bloomer.
like, yeah, we're
late
super
bloomers.
late bloomers. Yeah. The latest bloomers ever.
Okay, so this is how broken my brain is. When someone says late bloomers, I imagine a pair of underpants coming to a door being like, sorry, I'm late. My brain functions entirely in cartoons.
Dude, we have to have a warning. Don't say shit like that just when I'm just sipping coffee and then I'm trying not to spit over my keyboard. Like, seriously.
I'm trying to make us go viral. I'm trying to make you shoot coffee out of your nose so that this goes all over the internet and we make millions of theoretical dollars. I'm trying to help everybody.
I would make 0 cents because my videos are not monetized yet.
No, but then you'd get enough views that you would be able to get them monetized.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be known for that, but you know, whatever works. I mean, if nothing else works, I'll take that snorting coffee.
Yeah, I mean,
with my nose.
we live in the age of the internet. That's better than, like, I don't know, like somebody's boobs accidentally coming out of their shirt or whatever, because those are the reasons people go viral too. So
Yeah.
I think squirting coffee out of your nose is probably one of the better reasons.
And it's funny.
That's true.
I will say, and I don't know if it's actually, if there's that, I've searched for it, so I don't think he posted it, but when I worked, actually the year Sarah got married, so for Sarah's wedding, I bought these beautiful shoes. They're like cute little 3-inch heels, and they were sparkly on the toes, and I was really excited about them. And when I got back, I wore them to work several times. But because I had worn them on the sidewalk, the heels were just a little
off.
Yeah, they were a little rough. They were a little jagged. And I was heading downstairs. So we worked on the 2nd floor. And at this point, in order to smoke, you had to go down to the loading dock. So I had to go down 2 flights of stairs and then walk through the kitchen and to get out to the loading dock.
Okay.
And I wasn't particularly paying attention, and the jagged edge of the heel got caught in the carpet right at the top of the stairs.
Oh no.
Oh.
I lost my balance and teetered like down like most of the stairs. I get to the 3rd step from the bottom and totally biffed it. Like just completely rolled and like ended up on the floor. There's a landing down there, and I hurt so bad, and so I crawled into the corner and I sat there for a minute, and then I decided I couldn't go back up the stairs. Like, I needed help, and I couldn't go back up the stairs. So there's another set of stairs, and then there was a conference room in the basement, and so I crawled down the 2nd set of stairs. And I go into the conference room and I call one of my coworkers, and I'm like, Angie, I just fell down the stairs. Can you bring me a Band-Aid? And so she comes down with like 4 other people, like convinced that I'm dying. And I was feeling lightheaded. So I'm laying on the conference room floor with my feet up on a chair. And I had been wearing...
Her blood pressure drops, too. Like, she has a history of her blood pressure dropping.
Like, unexpectedly. Especially when I fall downstairs.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But, so I'm laying there, and I had been wearing these polyester pants that I'd gotten from Goodwill. So they're, like, from the 1970s. So they're, like... they're amazing. But they had given me... I had polyester burns.
Oh.
Like rug burn kind of thing. But polyester burns on my shins and my knees. And so I'm laying there, and I like have this big gash on my one shin, and then just polyester burns on the other ones. And they come down and they find me in this position. I'm laying on the floor with my feet up in the air and my pants like pulled up above my knees, and I'm bleeding. And Angie's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. Did you bring me a Band-Aid?" And they like, but it turns out they had to get me up and like clean me up, and I was a mess.
Yeah, obviously.
But the funniest part was it got caught on the security camera. They had a CCTV camera.
Why don't
we watched because I don't know, Bob didn't download it, but we watched me fall down the stairs like 7 or 8 times. And it was a ridiculous, like, we're standing there. I'm still in pain and, like, bleeding and shit. And Angie's trying to clean me up. And we're watching me fall down the stairs and then I sit in a corner like this, like with my arms up around myself for like a minute, and then I slowly crawl off camera.
Oh my God!
Like, it's just... And Bob's like, oh, I have to put that on YouTube. And I'm like, do it. It's amazing. But I don't think he ever did.
Too bad, man. That would have made it famous.
I've
At the
searched
very
for it
least,
over
you
the
would have
years.
ended up on some fail compilation somewhere, and that's really what people want with their lives.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I was like super into discovering the one place where you shouldn't fall, and that's where I fell. Like I did with the patch of ice. I went to work one day, and we had the back parking lot just behind the building, and there was a back door. And I go to this back door and kind of pulled it open and somehow slide and fall on my back in a big puddle of water. Again, the only puddle of water in the whole yard.
Of course.
Right.
And I fall in that, and I was soaking wet. And my roommate hadn't left home, and we were working in the same place. And I called her and I asked her, please bring me some change of clothes, because I'm dying here. It's too cold. It was on a Monday morning, so the building wasn't exactly heated up properly. And she arrived like a half an hour later, and I changed, but it was too late. I got a cold from hell, obviously. And I was like, how on this entire earth can I find that one spot? And then a week later, we were living from my boyfriend's house, and he was living on the 4th floor, I think. So let me translate American English. That would be 5th floor, because you count the ground floor as the 1st floor.
That's number 1. Yep. So
it was the top floor of the building, and I just go down the stairs. I was just walking down the stairs. I passed the first stair, okay, and then take another step, and then just slide down my ass for the rest of the stairs. No apparent reason. I just fell like an idiot.
None of my butt threads to the way.
My feet ran from under me, and I just slid down the stairs. And everybody was just shocked for a minute. And then they were like trying not to laugh and show some concern, obviously. But you know, I had bounced like that down the stairs. And I was in so much pain, but I couldn't stop laughing like a freaking idiot. And I was like, well, this is definitely not my month. I mean, how many times am I going to fall in the most embarrassing situations? Like, really now? Yeah, and I did a lot of that. Like,
somewhere we have a picture of me trying to jump a track hurdle.
oh God.
This was when I was, I think I was 14 or 15. And we went down to we lived in a small town, and we went, I don't even know why we were at the track. I don't know if we were like exercise day or what, but I was smart and I decided I was going to jump one of the hurdles. And we have this picture, and I'm going, in the picture, I'm over the hurdle, but you can see my foot is not going to make it. Like, it's this moment in time where it is about to hit. And I remember I hit the hurdle with my foot, and the hurdle fell over, and I fell over, and it was ugly. But we don't have pictures of the aftermath. Just this moment in time where you know disaster is about to strike.
Wow, that's a great shot.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think my grandmother put it in the book that she made each of us a book of memories with photos in it from our childhood. She took for every one of us, she took a pair of our old jeans and she covered the outside of the album. And then on the back cover of the album, on the inside, there was a pocket from one of my grandfather's pairs of jeans. So it was this, and then it had pictures from the time you were a baby all the way through graduation.
That's awesome.
And I think that picture is in there.
It definitely made an impression.
Yeah, my grandmother has a sixth sense of humor.
Well, at least she has a sense of humor, so can't be picky there, can you?
She does. She has a very, very good sense of humor. It's just, I'd like to think she passed it on to my mother. I mean, my mother laughs at really inappropriate things too.
Your mother also F-bombs at Thanksgiving.
That's true. Oh my goodness.
So my family are like basically just all atheists. And CJ's family are basically all not. And so my parents decided to have CJ's parents come for Thanksgiving one year because CJ always came. And my parents had never met her parents because we were 5 hours away. And so
no, it was when I was living there. It was when I was living there, and I had to work the day after Thanksgiving, so I couldn't go home.
Okay. So my parents like don't invite my older brother because my older brother's confrontational and can be difficult. And they don't want him to embarrass them. And they're, like we have this whole conversation as a family about we're going to watch our language because we talk like Ozzy Osbourne. And it is not abnormal for my mom and my dad to have a conversation where my dad's like, "Are you making fucking dinner?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, I'm making fucking dinner. I'll be in there in a fucking minute." Like that's not abnormal in my parents' house.
Yeah.
So like they've lectured everyone about you're going to watch your fucking language. They've told Matt he's not welcome at Thanksgiving. Like all this stuff.
Like it was all
sit down to dinner.
Production.
Right. It's like a whole thing. We sit down to dinner. CJ's mom says fuck 3 times during dinner. 3 times.
4.
Was it 4?
It was 4 times.
Oh,
and
wow.
to be fair, she was telling a story about a kid in her class who dropped the F-bomb several times. But she didn't say, "Oh, he dropped the F-bomb," or "he said the F word." She said fuck.
And it was
4 times.
Obviously.
It was like the greatest thing ever. It was And then
they
laughed and my dad was like, "We were trying not to have Matt embarrass us," and then her mom F-bombs over and over again. It was great.
Oh God. Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. Never expect things from people because you don't know what you're getting.
Nope.
Yeah, definitely not.
Especially elementary school teachers. You don't know.
True. That's very true.
I agree with that. Like teachers are like you can never know what they're going to say. Like my Latin teacher in high school, she made a lot of explicit jokes when she was around the group of students that were part of the, we have something that's called the Olympics, but it's pretty much a contest for each subject where it's like sort of having an exam, and the best kids in every year receive some prizes, sometimes monetary. And I was in the Olympics team for Latin, and when she was around us, she didn't censor herself much, and I loved her for it. But then she made me talk about the alternate history of Rome, where the wolf was actually a whore, well, a prostitute. And I was supposed to tell this story in front of a huge class of older students. And for some reason, I couldn't remember the word prostitute. I don't know why. I was super embarrassed and emotional. And the only reason I didn't say whore is that I think I found a euphemism to describe it. But I couldn't remember prostitute, and whore was just flashing in my mind like all the time. Oh my was so freaking embarrassing, and I was like, I blame you for this. You never censor yourself around us.
Yeah, we had standardized testing, and it was my favorite English teacher. I actually was her teacher's assistant the following year. So, like, she liked me too. But we're doing standardized testing, and she's reading the example question, and it includes the word pianist. And I lost it. And she then, because she was the funniest teacher ever, kept saying to me, like, so is the word pianist what's doing it for you? Can you not hear the word pianist? Is that the problem? Well, it got so bad she had to send me out of the classroom. I spent 10 minutes in the hallway laughing hysterically about the teacher saying pianist, and I couldn't control myself, and I could not turn it off to save my life. Like, it was awful. And I don't know why. Like, I've heard the word pianist before and since, and it didn't do that to me. But I couldn't, oh my God, I couldn't stop. It just hit a nerve, and I couldn't stop laughing.
To be fair.
Because the 7-year-olds that I teach, I can't say the word pianist to them because they can't differentiate.
Yep.
They think I'm saying a dirty word.
Yeah, obviously you are.
Yeah, I was 17 though, so.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, I never found Homo erectus funny until I watched Friends.
Yes! And so when they go to Bermuda.
I don't know, they were at some conference with Ross, and Ross and Rachel and what's his name?
Joey.
The actor Joey. They were just laughing their ass off, and Rachel turns at Joey and he goes, "Are you laughing because he said homo?" "No, I'm laughing because he said erectus." And I was like, this is the funniest shit ever. Why didn't I find this funny before? Like, oh my God.
Right?
And I was like 20-something. And I was like 20-something, so.
Yep.
So yeah, sometimes it just strikes you out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's just like it hits a nerve and you can't turn it off. And when it does that, I think you have a harder time like getting past it.
Oh,
you know, because you also recognize how absurd it is that you've heard this word a million times and it's never been this funny before.
All of a sudden it's hilarious. Yeah.
Right. And so like it just snowballs into you thinking it's funnier than it should be because now you have no idea why you're laughing. Like, and you just like you have no self-control at that point.
Yeah, and I noticed that when I'm tired, I find a lot of things super funny. Like a few nights ago, I was at my boyfriend's place and we were both in bed watching a series. And at some point, he pulls out his socks because he was super warm and throws them out of the bed. And I start laughing like an idiot. I did not stop for 5 minutes straight and he couldn't understand why I was laughing. And I was trying to say that was the most unsatisfying striptease ever. I don't know why. I was trying to say those words and failing miserably. And he was like, "I'm sorry, I was just super hot." And I said, "Yeah, I know, but you know, striptease, unsatisfying." Besides, I felt so warm and I wanted to pull my socks off, but I was too lazy to do it. So when he did it, I just went insane. Like, and then after 5 minutes, I managed to tell him what I was trying to say, and then I go on and laugh for another 5 minutes. And whenever I remembered it, I started laughing again because reasons. So yeah, that was like, what the fuck is so amusing? And I was trying to explain it. He did not get it. Like I tried to explain why it was funny for like 5 minutes, and he was like, "You're crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but still, this is funny."
But that's not the point, man.
Oh. Yeah, I know. Anyway, he made me watch this anime series that pissed me off so badly. So it it was painful to watch, and I hated the characters. And the most satisfying thing about it was the ending, but it wasn't satisfying enough that it made up for all the pain I went through. So if anyone ever tells you you should watch School Days, don't. There are 30 minutes summaries that pretty much explain what the plot is about, and that's all you need to know about it. And he was like, no, why do you hate me? And he was like, what? You couldn't understand all the School Days references. And I was like, I could have watched that 30-second recap and gotten all the references. It's fine. It's freaking fine. I mean, it's not bad. It's not terrible. It just pissed me off. Like, oh God, like horrible people doing dumb shit and being dickheads. That's the synopsis of the series. Pretty much. Thank God it was only 12 episodes long. So
Oh man.
what? What's going on?
Stomach
What's
is
failing?
acting up. My
I'm
stomach
sorry.
is acting
You
up.
what?
You see me moving funny. It's because my stomach is being all squirrely.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't usually act like this unless like I drink a bunch of coffee and don't eat, but I ate and had coffee, so I don't know why it's acting like this. Like my stomach doesn't like straight like coffee just hanging out in there by itself. But
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I first
but
have my 2 cups of coffee, and then I can consider eating. I can't eat the moment I wake up to save my life.
yeah, I used to be that way. Travis has changed that because he makes food. So
No, I mean, if I'm on vacation, like if I'm somewhere staying at a hotel, the first thing I want to do when I wake up is go eat. Like seriously, that's the first thing I need to do. If I'm at home, I can't. I mean, even if I have food ready, I need to drink my coffee and take it easy, and then we eat.
yeah.
But the moment I'm on vacation, I wake up like super starving. I need to go eat right now. No question about it.
That makes sense.
No, it does not, but it's fine.
I'm technically on vacation, even though I'm not getting paid and I'm going to work today.
How is that a vacation?
Because we're doing a photo shoot today so that we can start a new ad campaign at the beginning of the new year.
Okay.
So it's I'm not doing any like actual legal assistant work. I'm going to be helping with the photo shoot and stuff. And
it still works.
I want to share this bullshit with you guys because this is the reason I need to leave early, and this is fucking ridiculous. So I order from BH Cosmetics, right?
Yeah.
On the 11th. It is the 23rd now. Today was the delivery date until yesterday. Yesterday, they updated the delivery date to Tuesday. So because I was having it delivered to my office, I talked to the mail lady and I was like, I'll be there Sunday or Saturday anyway, so can you bring our mail? Because she doesn't usually bring the mail on Saturdays because it's an office building and it's not fucking open.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they changed the date after I talked to her. So now I still have to meet the mail lady because I asked her to bring my fucking mail.
Right, but you don't get the satisfaction of having them make
Right, but I'm not getting my goddamn package. I've got 4 pallets coming. 4.
I heard they're really good, the ones from BH Cosmetics.
I have one that I proved that I'm a wizard with because my boss got hers and it was shattered.
Okay.
And so they told her they were just going to send her a new one. And she was like, if you want to try to fix this, you're welcome to. And I was like, shit, yeah, I'm going to try to fix it. And like, none of the mats had shattered anyway. So I was like, even if it doesn't work, then I just have the mats in the middle. It's this big ass thing. Where'd it go? I lost it. Oh, it's here. So like, it's this big ass thing. The middle ones, these ones here are all mats. So none of them broke, but you can see the ones I pressed are flat and the ones that I didn't are round. So I pressed it and now I have a BH palette and I fucking love it. which makes it even worse because now I really want these pallets. And now I have to wait until Tuesday. And it really pisses me off because it couldn't be that they scheduled it for Friday and moved it one day to Saturday. No, they scheduled it for Saturday and then moved it one day. And because of fucking Christmas, that means it's Tuesday.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That's infuriating.
Christmas ruins everything.
Yeah, because you could have had it before Christmas, like a normal person, and now you won't.
Right. Well, and what if I bought that for presents? Because I bought it on the 11th, and there's not any reason that if you buy something on the 11th, you shouldn't get it by the 23rd, which is the last mailing day. Like,
no.
The hell. And had I thought about it, I would have had it shipped to my house. But I have everything shipped to my office because I'm there and I sign for everybody else's fucking packages, so I may as well be able to sign for my packages.
Right.
You know, like I sign for these assholes in the basement's packages who literally don't give a shit about anything other than that I'm there to sign for their packages. And mind you, like I'm off without pay because these fuckers won't chip in for my pay even though I do their job for them.
Yeah, obviously, because why would they?
Yeah, they should all be chipping into my boss so that my boss can pay me because we don't get paid. Strangely enough, people aren't interested in paying their family law attorneys at Christmas time.
What?
Yeah. I have people tell me, like, I call them and I'm like, you have a $5,000 bill. Can you put any payment on this? And they're like, well, it's Christmas time.
And?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Christmas
family likes
for me
presents too, motherfucker. Guess who got no presents? Everyone in my family got no fucking presents. I literally bought no one any presents. I've purchased 0 presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am a person who used to buy presents for every person in my family.
And then some.
But you bitches can't fucking pay.
Because people are assholes and they only care about themselves, obviously.
Yep.
Right. Well, and then we had a guy who, like, we did stuff for his divorce, and he was like, well, I can't make a payment this month because I have my honeymoon with my new wife, and, you know, that's really important. Bitch, you're talking to someone whose honeymoon consisted of someone else's hotel room for one night. That was my honeymoon, was that my friend Emily let me have her hotel room for a night, and I sat in a hot tub, and Travis hates water. So I sat in a hot tub watching the David Hasselhoff roast, and Travis sat on the bed watching the David Hasselhoff roast. That was my motherfucking honeymoon. So don't sell me this honeymoons are so important bullshit, because they're really not.
No.
Especially not when you owe thousands of dollars for your child's college with your last wife, and you owe thousands of dollars to your attorney.
Right.
And I'd like to pay my bills and buy presents for people.
Yeah, that would be advisable.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I don't get that. Like, I do get that people get into a slump or they get stuck somewhere and they have no funds and they can't pay.
Right. And when it's somebody who's like struggling, that's different.
Yeah, but when you're like, oh, I have a honeymoon to think about. Well, fuck you. It's not my problem.
Right. No, you made a choice. Like.
Yeah.
Right.
This isn't just to be like when somebody's parent dies or something, we don't press them for a couple weeks. We give them time to like get their stuff back in order and like settle down and everything.
Right.
Like, we don't do that stuff to people because we're nice people. But like, for fuck's sake, you're really gonna tell me that your honeymoon is more important than paying for your kid's college or paying your attorney? Like, that's really gross.
Yeah, it is.
Really gross.
Yeah.
I agree.
What are you doing?
Just to be fair, in January or in February, it will be like 7 years since I was supposed to be paid about $700 by an asshole.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. It's an asshole from the States.
No, I mean.
And it's not like his
we're
business.
Aware they exist.
It's not like his business went
we have
under.
more than our fair share.
It's still going. The site that I used to write for is still going. He just never paid me and never cared. And
motherfucker.
Yeah, it's super frustrating because it's $700. It's not that little of a sum, but on the other hand, if I tried to get that money back from over here, it would cost me a whole lot more. So it's like, it sucks to be me, I guess.
Yeah, that's like Travis had somebody who owed him $60, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna put on deodorant while I'm telling this story and I don't even care. So this person gave him $60 or owed him $60. We struggled to get them to pay it over like 3 or 4 months, begging them to pay it. And it's a company, like a company. This is not a person. This is a company.
Yeah.
So they pay him, send him a text message that says, sorry it took so long. And then once we've spent the $60, they reverse their fucking payment on us and then cost us another like $35 in overdrafts and shit.
Wow. Why?
Yeah. Because they just decided they didn't want to fucking pay him. And because PayPal doesn't see a deliverable digital thing as a good, they did not cover it as bullshit. Like they're supposed to. Like if you sold somebody a shirt and they didn't pay you, PayPal would cover that. Like when they reversed the charge, PayPal would have taken care of it. But because they don't see the digital thing as a physical item, they wouldn't do anything about it.
That sucks so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just got like robbed.
Such assholes.
Yeah, so, and then oddly enough, that's the people that the building owner keeps having come in to fix our fucking heater and stuff, and I'm always like, Travis, just go beat him up. But
go take back our $60.
Get him.
Oh God. People are
It's
just
not their staff's fault that their owners are douchebags.
yeah, true.
But yeah.
So
I
the
totally
cat
get
is
that.
sitting on my lap and she has the hiccups.
I have the hiccups
So,
this
like,
morning.
Makes perfect sense.
She's purring, and so my leg is vibrating, and then every once in a while she's like,
My dog is just trying to pass out next to me, but then if I move, he's super attentive because maybe I'll move and give him some food or something.
Right.
So he's kind of half asleep, half keeping an eye on me, which is just go to sleep, dog. Go to sleep and let me be. The thing is, he knows if it gets dark, I will soon be out of the house and not return for a few hours. And he always tries to catch that moment and somehow stop me, and I always leave. And I think it's frustrating as hell for him that he can't keep me home or follow me wherever I'm going. So yeah, it's funny. My dog is insane.
Poor Aries. He's so put upon.
Yeah, clearly. He's definitely not the world's most spoiled dog ever. Not at all.
I am going to step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll be here when you return.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
The thing that depresses me the most is that tomorrow is Sunday, is Christmas Eve, and guess who has to go to the stores to buy stuff?
Aww. That sucks.
I know. I was supposed to go today, but I was too freaking tired. Like, it didn't happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go tomorrow. And I have to buy some presents too, because I didn't have time to buy some, but I know what I wanted to buy. Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then I had some plans for some presents, but the things I wanted to buy, I no longer found them. And I had to rethink my entire strategy, and I just couldn't do that today with my brain half dead from last night's stream. So it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be amazing.
I think that's perfectly legit. What do you guys do for Christmas?
Yeah, it's better than serving fast food, Amber. I totally give you that. What I'm doing for Christmas is, like, my mom is going to cook a storm, and for Christmas lunch, I'm going to my boyfriend's place. So there will be a lot of food, basically. It would be us sitting around the table and eating our weight in food, I guess. And then in the evening, we'll have a pen and paper game. Some scenario my boyfriend is getting ready. So should be fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Do you
tomorrow,
celebrate Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Day mostly. I mean, on Christmas Eve in the evening is where Santa comes, and kids are all about that.
Right.
Trying to stay up and see Santa and whatever. But the actual holiday is Christmas Day.
Doo-doo.
Welcome back.
I'm alive!
Christmas Eve is, first of all, a fasting day still.
Mm.
So maybe that's why. I don't know. There's a service on Christmas Day. I'm not sure if there's an evening one on Christmas Eve. I never knew that, to be honest. I never go anyway. Yeah.
Church service.
Yeah.
That's not my gig.
That's okay. I go to church enough for both of you combined.
You do.
I like to
I've
go.
got it covered.
I like to go for Easter service when I was a kid because it's so freaking amazing that everybody's outside of the church and then we all light our candles and it looks cool. Sort of.
Yeah, that's I'm not a religious person by any means, but I think Christmas lights are gorgeous. So like
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have somebody tell me that I can't love Christmas lights just because I'm not religious, damn it. I love them.
I mean, anyway, it's built on top of the winter celebrations of the pagans anyway, so.
Yeah. You could say you're celebrating Saturnalia. You're fine.
Right?
Or whatever was before that, because they pretty much built on top of each other, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Christmas trees. I love the idea of gift giving. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with all the charity work that happens around Christmas. And the religious aspect is just, I mean, I like Christmas carols, usually. Not lately, because all we get is just some kids or older people that sound like, you know how when you pull, you get a cat and you pull its tail, it will make a really terrible sound?
Yeah, they also make that sound if you run over their tail with your rolly chair.
With your rolly chair, yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they sound. And they start super early, like around December 6th or something, or earlier. And they keep running up and down the stairs and making a ruckus. And I'm safe because they ring the doorbell once, Ares barks, and then they move on.
Your dog really saves you from a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I mean, if they sang nicely, it would be cool. But you know, the tradition is when carolers come, you give them something that's kind of like a bagel, but not exactly, and fruit like apples and stuff and walnuts. But that shifted into, you know, needing to pay the money.
Oh.
Which is not exactly a problem, despite the fact that I never have cash because I only use my card.
That was my thought on it too.
Right.
It was like I wouldn't be able to do that because I don't have money to give them.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't really have cash, so.
Do any of you carolers take Square?
No, not yet. But I'm expecting that to happen in a couple of years. Like, I don't have cash. It's fine. We have a POS here. A portable one.
I've often wondered, like, I understand it's illegal to do, but if you're selling drugs already, why aren't drug dealers starting to take Square?
Right.
Why haven't they done this? This seems like the exact right answer.
I mean, they have that little device that allows you to pay by PayPal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Square's just like that. It's just a different brand.
Yeah. So I mean,
but why wouldn't drug dealers do that? It's already illegal. It's not like it's more illegal because you're using a credit card.
I think it's
Right.
easier to trace though.
Yeah, maybe. But I could always say that I sold him my old clothes. You know what I mean? Like, you could say you
Right.
sold anything.
True, but then
Or-
you have to pay tax on that income.
Yeah, that's probably
That could
more.
be a part of it. Yeah.
Because that's how I sell my books, is I just like run a little scanner thing. So
Yeah.
Oh God, Amber is working tomorrow from 2 to 10. I feel
Ew.
really sad for you.
yeah, that
I
doesn't sound fun at
really
all.
do. If it makes you any happier, I'm going to write all day tomorrow after raiding the shops. So yeah,
I will probably stay in my house all day tomorrow if I can help it.
that sounds like fun.
I may be going to church twice. Once at mine, once at somewhere else.
Nice.
But the one that's not my church, I may be getting paid for. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Are you playing there then?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm supposed to call him when I'm done here.
Oh, okay.
He called me earlier this week, but for some reason, I don't have his number in my phone anymore. And so I let it go to voicemail, and it was like an 18-second voicemail. So I was like, oh, well, maybe that must be like a telemarketer, because I've been getting a lot of telemarketing calls. So now I feel bad, so I have to call him and be like, do you still need somebody to play tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a
We're
pain.
supposed to, we were supposed to have brunch at my mom's house because our church is only having one service tomorrow. We decided we're not doing two. We're not going to do a morning service, and then because we always do on Christmas Eve, we do a candlelight service, lots of music, and then at the end of the service, everybody gets. So at the beginning of the service, everybody comes in, gets a candle. It's like this tall. Excuse me, this tall, and has a little wax paper thing to catch the wax. And at the end of the service, the pastor lights his candle, and then he lights. Everybody lights each other's candles. So he starts with the one candle, and it passes along. And they turn off all the lights, and we sing Silent Night, and it's really cool, especially because I get to be on stage because I'm singing. I'm part of the leading team.
Does it look kind of like hot?
Oh, it's so awesome.
That's pretty much what we do at Easter. Like all the lights are turned off, and then we light our candles with light that comes straight from Israel, from Bethlehem. It's somehow delivered at night to all churches. And I don't. No, actually, they have
special delivery from Bethlehem.
Actually, they have a candle inside the church. It never goes out, and it's with light from Bethlehem. But I just don't buy it. I'm sorry.
Isn't that a fire hazard?
Yeah, of course it is. I'm sure they. Oh God. There's this thing with holy water, which you have to chant over and pray over and whatever, and you make holy water, and it's made at certain occasions.
Right.
And there was this guy filming on YouTube because people go to get holy water because it has healing properties, and there was this super cynical guy filming the huge line for the church to get the holy water, and then he shows like 3 pharmacies where there was no one queuing. Like, I mean, medicine, no, let's all get holy water. And of course everybody gives a tip to the priest or whatever, so it's a money-making business. And then the guy goes behind the place where people were getting the water, and he films that they were actually just getting water straight from a pipe and selling it to dumb people.
Yeah.
Because nobody is going to chant on and off over all that water that people want. It's impossible.
Right.
So they just got it straight from the tap.
Hang on, we've run out. We got to make some more. Come back in 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, we're ridiculous. And the other thing that's big here is the saint remains, which are displayed at certain churches, and then you have a days-long queue of old people trying to get to those remains to just touch them for reasons.
Yep.
And like these are super old people that shouldn't be out for that long and standing for that long, but they do it because the remains, which nobody knows if they really are remains of said saint, but whatever.
Right.
No,
I find it ridiculous. It's just funny.
Yeah.
I know that they did a study, and I don't know where this was exactly. I know it was in the States, but that they went and studied the holy water in a set of churches and found that they had large rates of fecal matter in them.
That wouldn't surprise me at all, because it's like stagnant, basically.
Especially when you pay for it as well, because there's a large rate of fecal matter on money.
Right.
So you're passing this thing back and forth that already has that, and then someone is removing the water, and they've been touching money. And then people also do not do as good of a job washing their hands as they should. So by the time you get that holy water, it's probably got some poo in it.
Right. Well, Mike, I can remember when I went to church with my roommate in college. She was Catholic, and they just had like little things of holy water inside each door, and you just put your finger in there and do the and everybody puts their fingers in there. You don't know who they let children do that. Children are basically covered in poo.
Yeah.
Like that's just until you're like 12, 17, something. You don't wash your hands after you poo unless somebody's like, "Did you wash your hands?" Like with Fiona.
Right, and you still did it. You still just did it enough to make your mom shut up.
Yeah, just enough to make it so your mom can smell the soap that was on your hands.
Right. It's not, your goal is not to get the funk off of you. Your goal was to shut mom up.
Yeah.
We don't do that with holy water. Nobody dips their fingers into it. No, there's just, they have some herbs or something that they dip into the water and they spray.
Yeah, no, we have like self-serve holy water around here.
Yeah, they just squirt it on you.
That's maybe that's how they do it in states that you're not allowed to pump your own gas. Maybe that's how it.
Did you see what Amber wrote? Did you
Priests throw shit water on your walls when they bless it.
Yep, pretty much.
So are they really, like, if they come and bless your house, are they really wandering around going, "Bless this shitty house"?
By the way, we have nothing against religious people.
No, CJ's religious. This is not a. The religion itself did not put the poop in the holy water.
No, it did not.
The children who are basically covered in poop put the poop in
the tiny poop mutants.
And they are too.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They're like humans, just covered in feces.
Oh, God.
They are. I think it's a protective covering that they put on themselves.
That could be.
There was a, I don't remember what the production company was that made it, but they made Walking with Dinosaurs. They also made one called Ow, 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 Ow.
That's
seriously.
That was a cat.
No. The cat decided to dig. She wanted to get up, and so she dug her claws into my ankle.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was called Walking with Monsters, and it basically traced the evolution of vertebrates, more or less. But it went back and forth between arthropods and vertebrates, and so it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. But one of the earliest reptiles. I don't remember which one, but one of the earliest ones, they would not eat intestines because they didn't like, which I totally understand. But when babies would hatch, if they were chased by a larger one of the species, they would roll in feces.
Yeah,
And I
obviously.
think that's what human children do. It's a protective mechanism. They basically just cover themselves in feces so that no one will eat them. It's a throwback to our earliest ancestors.
I'm dead. Done. Stupid candle.
Oh, you said stupid. The dog heard you.
Oh, God. The thing is, like, you see, like, you can't see anything. The flame is like about here.
Oh,
like,
yeah, and it's like
here.
down inside the candle. I hate
Yeah,
that.
and it kind of doesn't burn anymore, which is
Yeah,
freaking
that pisses
annoying.
me off. I paid
Especially
for a
since-
whole candle, not this bullshit.
Yeah, and it's an expensive candle.
Right.
It's not the cheapest one ever.
Right, yeah,
Makes
they're always
it-
the expensive ones that do that to you.
Super freaking annoying, but oh well. What can you do about it? But yeah, the doggy came. Like you can see his tail.
You said
Earlier, he
stupid and
rolled
he
over.
hopped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Earlier, he rolled over and he was like sleeping on his back.
Yeah. That's pretty much what he
He's so
does.
freaking
The thing is that I close the door when I'm streaming or filming and he can't get out. So whenever I move, he thinks it's over and he can escape finally.
He's like, Mom, 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 I love you.
Yeah, something like that. Like,
Let
can
me
you
out.
let me up now? Yeah. And see how he stands in front of the door and looks
Yeah.
at me? And yeah,
He's like, okay, are we done now?
no. Jesus Christ. Silly dog. Okay, good. Now he's. Can you see? There he is.
He's so cute.
Maybe that's his I give up face. So
I can wait.
yeah.
I can wait.
He can't really, but he's trying. So I have to appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
My cat doesn't
we've
even
just
try.
passed. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say that we passed the hour mark, and I think we're going to wrap up today because Sarah has to leave early.
To go
And
get my makeup. I'm very pleased with this.
I'm sure you are. So first of all, I'd like to thank you all for being here today, so close to Christmas, and wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever it is you're celebrating.
Or nothing.
Or
Whatever.
nothing. Or just, celebrate the fact that you get presents and you eat a lot of stuff. That's fine
Right.
too. I totally love that part anyway. So, and we're going to see you again next week. We're going to be live on Sarah's channel on Friday evening and then again here on Saturday morning. And I don't have any clue what we're doing, but we're going to be here. Probably.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah. Unless everybody's too tired and nobody wakes up, so then we're canceling the stream. Like we did last week. So, yeah.
I can't imagine I won't be available.
Yeah, me either, but
Yeah.
just to manage people's expectations, if we drop off the face of the earth. If we drop off the face of the earth, it's probably not because something tragic happened, it's because we're all asleep.
Yep.
So, yeah. That is it for today. Thank you so much for coming to join me today. And I always appreciate you being on my stream, as unprepared as I am.
That's okay. That's
Fun.
kind of how we do.
Yeah, we're so good at winging it by now. It should be an art, I think. So yeah,
Right.
thanks everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.